Thank you very much for watching another episode of Worldwide Anonymous News. As always, if you have a news story that you want to share, please get it to me. You can leave a comment below, and preferably if you don't mind leaving your email address there. If you'd like to get in touch another way, we can make that happen. But yes, I would love to share everybody's insights on what they're seeing throughout the world. Okay, so thank you very much again for watching this episode. This episode here is, well, I'm going to bring to you this news channel, The High Wire. Okay, so with Del Bigtree, I've been following this channel for quite a while now. As always, do your own research. I'm just sharing different news sources with you that are more independent. On occasion, I'm going to try to not share Fox, CNN, that sort of thing, mainstream media, but it may happen. However, that's not today's show. Today's show is all about New Zealand's or the New Zealanders, the people of New Zealand, revolting against its leadership's, its government draconian measures, draconian lockdowns, mandates, and it looks to be like they are sick of it, and so they are revolting. So I'm going to go ahead and let this play, let you, get a glimpse into what is happening in New Zealand and how the people there are attempting, doing their best, and actually scratch that. No, they are actually standing up for their rights. That's exactly what they're doing. So here we go.
You know, we have reported a lot from around the world. This is an international news show trying to bring you the truth. And since we are all involved in this COVID pandemic, the insanity around the vaccines, it only seems fit to cover some of the hot spots around the world. Today, I want to focus somewhere where we've talked a lot about, and that's New Zealand. If you remember New Zealand, you know, it's really one of the few islands that exist in this experiment to see if we can hide from a virus. They used incredibly draconian measures to make sure that nobody ever flew onto that island to bring the virus, thinking that somehow they could maintain and achieve what's known as zero COVID. They were even stated, the leader or the Prime Minister, Jacinda Ardern, she made the comment, said we're gonna maintain zero COVID. They've given up on that policy because it's a failed policy. It's impossible to hide from a virus, as you well know if you've been watching the High Wire more than a few minutes. But the truth is that these draconian measures have not gone away. It doesn't matter, despite the failures of those measures, despite the failures of social distancing and masking and lockdowns, and even internment when you fly into the airport. They're being held over time. None of that seems to have worked, yet still they are steadfast in their attempts to try and control everybody in New Zealand. And as it turns out, larger and larger crowds have had enough. This is what it looks like at some of the marches in New Zealand right now.
When we stand together, we cannot be stopped. Enough is enough. We the people are no longer going to be bullied anymore. You cannot tell us that our freedom is found in the vaccination. I'm not anti-vax, these are my pro-vax. I'm pro-choice. We are here today to stand as a people to tell the government that your time is up. We will not go away. That you revoke all workplace vaccination mandates. Do you want to live in dangerous freedom or peaceful slavery? Any kind of slavery is slavery. I would rather live dangerously.
What do we want? Freedom! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Freedom! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Freedom!
So that's a little clip. You can see what's going on there in New Zealand. I don't know if this Actually, I am anticipating this video getting removed, and I'll tell you why. Del Bigtree, the high wire, he had a huge YouTube channel. It was very successful for quite a few years. And during the pandemic last year, 2020, some point, they shut it down. Now, I believe, and I could be wrong here, but if I remember correctly, there was no forewarning, no three strikes, none of that. They just shut the channel down. Um, that is the state that we live in. That is current um, the current environment that we live in, to where big tech is overstepping their boundaries. This is my opinion. And so, however, we'll test it out here. We're going to see if this video is allowed to stay. You can only find Del Bigtree. Well, actually, you can find them in multiple places, but just go to the Highwire. I think it's the highwire.com. You can look it up, the Highwire with Del Bigtree. He has a show every Thursday. They're very long. They are very informative. I want to say, shoot, like 2.5, maybe 3 hours long, 2 to 3 hours. They're great. So, but again, as always, do your own research, be your own thinker. And thank you so much for watching another episode of Worldwide Anonymous News. And I hope you have a wonderful day.